Thank you very much, Lenny. And thank you all for coming on to our very special Zoom session. There's going to be, Mitzvah Hashem, all of you are going to grow up and you're going to say, I remember once, we had the learning program on Zoom. And they're going to say, really? Wow. Right? And you still learned even though you weren't there and you were in the house. So this week's Parsha has the Aseres HaDibros, the 10 Commandments. Thousands of shuls all over the world have the 10 Commandments in the front of the shul by the Aron Kodesh. I once spoke in what's probably the biggest shul, Orthodox shul in America, the Baron Hirsch shul in Memphis, Tennessee, and they had a 10 Commandments that was 1 story tall. It was like huge, a towering 10 Commandments. I'll never forget how beautiful it was. Now, the 10 Commandments were 2 twin tablets. They were both square, the Gemara tells us, 2 square tablets, exactly the same. Each tablet was exactly the same size, and it's to teach us a very important lesson. The first tablet is the mitzvahs between us and Hashem, Anochi Hashem Elokecha, to believe in Hashem, not to worship idols, not to use Hashem's name incorrectly, right? Keeping Shabbos. The second tablet is the commandments between us and each other, not to murder, not to kidnap, not to testify falsely, not to want something that's not yours. And one of the great lessons is that you shouldn't say, well, with Hashem I have to be very careful. It's Hashem. With other people, okay, but it's not as important as the way I am with Hashem. So Hashem says, no. Both of the luchas are exactly the same size. The way you are with me, I want you to be with your friends also. Don't say, it's just people. No. And don't say, well, with people I have to be careful, but because they don't understand. But Hashem, He understands. He'll understand. No. We have to be exactly the same. That's why the two luchos are exactly the same. But there's a very big question, which everybody can figure out, and that is, the 5th commandment, honoring our parents, seems to be on the wrong one of the luchos, because honoring our parents is between people. Our parents are people, they're human beings. So it should be on the commandments with not murdering, not kidnapping. Why is it on the commandments with our relationship with Hashem, with honoring Hashem and keeping the Shabbos? The answer is because Hashem says, I want you to know, you can't see me. You can't see me. And, you can't touch me. And you can't come to my house. Not today, at least. We don't have a Beis Hamikdash. So, how do I know if you're good with me? How do I know? So Hashem says, look, when each person is born, there are 3 people that make us come into this world. A mommy, daddy, and Hashem. Hashem says, so there's 3 partners. Mommy, daddy, and me. You know what? The way you treat mommy and daddy, that's the way I know you'll treat me. If you're nice to mommy and daddy, then I know you're nice to me. If you're not nice to mommy and daddy, then I know that you're not nice to me either. That's why Kabedas Avicha V'Simecha is on the side of Hashem. Hashem says, I'm going to know what you feel about me from the way you treat your parents. That's why treating parents is so very important. And therefore, I want to tell you a few rules. Number 1, you never say no to a tati or mommy. That's you never say, mommy says, can you do this? No. You're not supposed to say mommy or daddy is wrong. It's going to snow tomorrow. No, it's not. No, you never do that. You never tell a mommy or daddy that they're wrong. That's not allowed. Now, let's say mommy and daddy makes a mistake. So you could say, is it possible that maybe you're making a mistake? You could do that. But you can never say to a mommy or daddy, you're wrong. And you can never say no to a mommy and daddy. Now, another thing, and this is a very, very big thing. You're not supposed to cause mommy and daddy tsar, pain. You're not allowed to cause mommy and daddy pain. Now, one of the big things that cause, I'm going to tell you, since I'm a daddy, and I'm a daddy for a very long time, right? I'm also a zaidi, but since I'm a daddy, I'm going to tell you what causes daddy and mommies a lot of pain. If you fight with your brother or your sister, that hurts mommy and daddy. Mommy and daddy don't want to see their children fighting. They don't want to see that. It causes pain. So you should know that you can't fight with your brother or your sister. Because when you do that, you're causing pain to mommy and daddy. You're not allowed to cause mommy. And remember, if you cause pain to mommy and daddy, then Hashem says, so then I know you would cause pain to me too. That's why Kabbalah Savicha V'Simecha is on the side with Hashem. When mommy and daddy, let's say it's Shabbos afternoon, and daddy is sleeping. You have to be very careful not to wake up Tati, not to wake up Abba, not to wake up daddy. Because if you wake up a parent, that causes them pain. You have to be very careful not to do that. Wake up. I remember that when I grew up, we lived in an apartment building. And it's not like today that people have a bathroom in the bedroom, they have a bathroom downstairs, they have a bathroom upstairs. We only had one little small bathroom. And it was right next to my parents' bedroom. So when I went to the bathroom in the night, if they were sleeping already, I tiptoed very quietly. And I'll tell you, I didn't flush the toilet. Because I was afraid that if I flushed the toilet, I would wake them up. So I didn't flush the toilet. It's not so clean, but I didn't want to risk waking up my parents. Now, if your parents tell you, flush the toilet, so you can flush the toilet. But you have to be careful not to wake up your parents. That's causing pain. You're not allowed to do that. That's a very big thing. Kibbut of aim. And you know, it's not easy sometimes, but the reward, whoa! L'man yarichon yamecha. It gives you extra life. Who doesn't want extra life? L'man yarichon yamecha, you live long. It's a big thing to live long. You have a lot of time to do all the things you want to do. L'man yarichon yamecha. And remember, when you do honor, I'm going to end off by telling you a great idea. You know, some people say, yeah, I listen to my mommy and tati. Whatever they ask me, I do. That's good. But here's an interesting idea. When you have some time, go over to mommy or to tati and say, can I help with something? Wow. I mean, you can't do this every time. You also want to do things for yourself. But imagine that. You're going to grab a mitzvah. And Hashem says, wow, he's doing that for his parents. He would do it for me too. Right? It's an honor of Hashem also. So I want to give you a bracha that you should all have the smarts to do and to grab. This is such a great mitzvah. You know, I don't have a tati already now, 31 years. I miss my tati. I don't have a daddy. It's a great thing to have a daddy and mommy. I have a mommy, Baruch Hashem. I don't have a daddy for 31 years. It's a great thing to have a daddy and mommy. Grab that chance to do something for daddy and mommy. And that schus, we should all taka. Hashem should have nachas from us. We should all be happy and live a very long time.